good morning. Hang on. Mute that. Fuck, I hate this new way of doing things. But Restream, you suck. Okay? Restream will not put out a placeholder on Rumble. It will do so on YouTube, but it doesn't work on Rumble. So we have to wait until we get in to the actual live stream to put the live stream out to our different social media. So I'm doing that right now, Jen.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and do it. And so people can come in and find us. This is really an awkward live stream. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across this beautiful blue-green globe of ours. Welcome to Real News Live. It is a Monday morning news and Jentel show. I'm your host, Mike Barra, in Las Vegas, Nevada, joined, as I always am, by my co-host, the lovely lady with the lustrous hair from Hayden, Idaho, Jennifer Fallaw. How are you doing today? I almost said it. Jennifer Fallaw. Jen, how you doing on this marvelous Monday morning?
Good. I'm doing good.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Now, I'm going to point a few things out to you while all of you have been abandoned. Where's Tony? Where's all your other gurus? Mark was on this morning, but everybody else is not here for you. We are here for you. I just want to remind you of that. Okay, I got a few things to say before we get to the news and announcements. Meantime, let's just go ahead and do all of our usual stuff that we do. Please don't forget that you can always pick up all of these shows on MikeBarra.blogspot.com. Then you're going to want the CBD Gurus logo out of there. Okay. MikeBarra.blogspot.com, where you can pick up all of the latest shows. You can also pick up other Strictly Football I did with Brian. There's Whiskey and Wisdom. I don't have the Michael Jaco talk up there yet. I got to get it up there. Lectures I've done, books I've written, links to all that stuff, videos I've made, interviews I've done with people in the UFO community, Toxically Masculine Tuesday. It's always there at MikeBarra.blogspot.com, and that leads directly to the Rumble channel, Real News Live with Mike and Jen, where you can come on in and you can, at the lower right-hand corner, you've got a little button that says subscribe, and you can hit that for $5 a month, a mere $5 a month. You can support the show until such time as we don't need your support anymore, which we're hoping is very soon. You can also put in Rumble rants, hit the little $ button, put in a Rumble rant. The advantage of doing a Rumble rant or having a subscription is that in this process, when we get to the questions, your questions go to the top of the heap and you get yours answered first. So get on over to Real News Live with Mike and Jen. We have almost 6,000 subscribers now, Jen. We're starting to grow a little bit. Maybe we'll grow a little bit more now that Tony's not on this morning. Also, please don't forget to visit our wonderful sponsors, the CBD Gurus, over at the CBDGurus.com, where Matt and Lucas create all kinds of wonderful CBD products for your health. Hit the wholesale tab, slide down to Mike B Wholesale, type in the discount code ALIEN, no capital A, no S at the end, just plain old alien. And you can slide into the specials for this week. And in addition to those discount prices, you can also get currency at orders over $100 or $150, or you can use the Mark Z10 code for a 10% discount. They got gummies, they got coffee, they got all kinds of CBD stuff, the oil, the Delta 8 gummies, the wonderful skin cream, lots of cool stuff on special this week at the CBD Gurus. Please don't forget to hit them over there. Also, please don't forget to visit our other wonderful sponsors, the lovely ladies, the Mushroom Ladies, Kristen and Diana over at MikeBarraPets.com. You can get all kinds of holistic mushroom-based supplements for your dogs, your cats, your horses. We got to get Henry the donkey. We've got to get Henry some mush ponies to help him with his healing process. If you guys don't know, we follow Henry over on my Telegram chat, and he fended off somebody who was trying to attack his cows this last week. So he's recovering from that. Hit the shop now button, slide in there. I got Barkley on the mush puppies and the mojos. He's doing great. There's special sauce or super sauce for the dogs and cats. There's Pet Balm. There's Chill Doggies, a great product for keeping your dog calm if he's got anxiety. Mush Ponies, we're going to get those to Henry so he can heal up. And the Enforce line of supplements for human beings, for you. You got the Enforce Plus, Coriolis Versicolor support for your immune system, Enforce Clarity, Enforce Restore for your organs, your blood pressure, your blood sugar, Enforce Shield. They got coffee, they got chocolates, they got starter packs, they've got everything you could possibly want over at the Mike Barra Pets link in the description. And one more link in the description, lifewave.com/Mike Barra line of patches, the X39, X49 patches for all kinds of different health issues. They're really cool, based on photometry, a new science of basically what they do is they reflect your infrared energy back onto your body at key alignment points to help stimulate the growth of stem cells. And it's the growth of those stem cells that make you feel and look better and younger. And there's all kinds of cool stuff. There's different packs, there's different products, different patches for different functions in the body, very specific things for pain. The performance bundle, I'm using the X39, the X49, and the SP6 right now to help me with a bunch of stuff. It does sometimes take a few months for you to start feeling the effects. I'm in my second month, and I have noticed some improvement in certain aspects of my life, which is very interesting. It's all based on science. If you like, go to the Rumble channel, Real News Life with Mike and Jen. Check out the interview I did with Michael Jaco last week. It's going to be up on MikeBarra.blogspot at the end of the day today. The lifewave.com/Mike Barra line of patches. And I have 3 friends that just swear by these things. They're absolutely amazing stuff. Link is in the description. And Jen, why don't you tell us what is going on over at JenniferFallah.com this week, besides you being a busy little beaver?
If you'd like to get a reading with me or get a healing, go to JenniferFallah.com. You can pick up my classes. They will be emailed to you. I do have a person who's waiting on classes. I tried to email that over the weekend. For some reason, it wouldn't go through. I'm going to try again today. So if you're waiting for that, there is some kind of, it wouldn't send it. Also, if you'd like a medical reading, that is a look head to toe inside your body with Jesus, evaluation to let you know what I see. And you can take that information back to your doctor so that they can find the root of the problem. Also, Susan Gretz and Marcy Hell is on my website. You can reach them there for their services. We will be giving away on Wednesday you can choose which saying you'd like. I Exist in the Name of God t-shirt, or the I Survived on God and Jentel 2020 to 2025. On Wednesday. On this show, we're going to be announcing the winners. You need to go to Telegram, Fallawsophy on Telegram. I have a post up, and you can put your name in the comments to be entered to win. We were giving away 10 of them. You will receive a gift certificate from me. I will message you on Telegram, and you'll know it's me because you'll end up getting a gift certificate. Okay, and so that there'll be information on the gift card, and you will contact Glenda, and she will send you your shirt. Okay, you could you can communicate directly with her, choose your color. These would be screen prints because they're less expensive, but we're going to give those away on Wednesday. What else do I have? I think that's it.
Okay.
If you'd like one anyway, now's your chance to get it. We probably won't be offering it after the giveaway. So go ahead and get them today. You can go to patchworkpup.com.
Okay. Let me double check. Yes, please, everybody, don't tell me there's no Rumble. I'm over there looking at it right now. It is running over on Rumble on Real News Live with Mike and Jen. Okay, so Jen, before we get to the news, couple of items I would like to clear up this week. By the way, again, it's lifewave.com/Mike Barra for the patches. Talk to Joe, talk to Uncle Ron, talk to the people that use these things. They are really doing great. So a lot of help for a lot of people. Okay. A couple things I would like to address with all of you folks. Miss Fluffy Muffy is at the vet for the rest of the day. They're going to run a bunch of blood tests on her, a urinalysis. They're looking for crystals in the urine. They're looking for lots of different things. She has lost some weight. That is a little bit alarming. And she still has these patches on her head that will not heal. So I might get her put into a cone for a week or so, which she's really going to not like. But I would like to address something. I asked you guys, they said, look, it's going to cost $1,000. Actually, when I got the estimate from the vet to do everything they wanted to do, which includes x-rays, it was $2,300. And I didn't say I don't have it. I just said I really need to spend that money on something else this month. And like you guys, I'm not rich. If I was rich, I wouldn't be doing this. If Jen was rich, we'd probably be doing different things with her life. We're not rich yet. None of us. We're hoping. This is our week. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But I said, look, if anybody can help, I'd appreciate a little help with this bill, this $1,100 bill, before I take her in. And you guys on the Telegram chat responded just incredibly. I had all of that within a day, right? The same day on Wednesday that I asked you, I had the $1,100 just boom. So many people's names. I think I've said them on Telegram, on my Telegram chat. Some of you guys with PayPal. Some of you guys have sent checks. Some of you guys just did it right there on CashApp. Some of you guys did it in various different ways that we have contributed to the show. And I can't tell you how awesome that felt to know that she was covered. And I didn't have to take that money out of something else that I would like to be able to do, or some bill that I have to pay. I have a few bills I want to pay. And then that night, I went out to a get-together with Gary Nerdrotic. Gary, if you guys know him, is a pop culture commentator. He's been on Piers Morgan. He's got over 1 million followers. I just did his show on Sunday, his Forbidden Frontier show a week ago Sunday. You can check that out. It's on mikebarrett.blogspot.com. He's been a fan. He's been coming to my lectures for years. And it really was like shocking because I love to watch his videos, him and Doomcock, and they talk about Star Trek and Star Wars and things I'm into, and brilliant commentary, brilliant videos. And he was in Vegas visiting for a get-together. Second time he's done this. If you saw some pictures, I was hanging out with AJ and the Y-Files crew, AJ, Victoria, Jen, Dave Bear, and I on Thursday and Wednesday. But I was there with him on Wednesday, and I was like, okay, I was time to go, and I got in my car to drive, and I'm like, I'm a little too tipsy, and I don't have $15,000 to pay off a DUI. So the Palms was right up next to me. I pulled into the Palms. I had $100 in my pocket. I had $100 in my pocket because I was going out for the evening. I never said, oh, please give me this money for the cat. And I never spent the money you guys gave me for Miss Fluffy Muffy. I had $100 in my pocket. I sat down and I did what Jen does when she goes to the casino and has a little fun. And I thought, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to play some blackjack. I'm going to drink water and sober up for an hour or two and then drive home. And every time that the dealer dealt, I whispered sort of under my breath, I am going to win because God loves me and I'm a winner. Now, Jen, who told me that? Who told me that prayer chant? You did. Jen did. Jen gave me that. An hour and a half later, I had $325 in my pocket. I got up. I left the table. I felt a lot more sober. I got some French fries at the McDonald's inside the Palms. I got recognized in line by a guy who recognized me from Ancient Aliens. I drove home and I took a picture of the chips. And then a bunch of you started giving me shit about how I begged for money and then I was spending your money. No, I didn't. That was my money. That was cash I had in my pocket. And Stop trying to catch me at stuff, you assholes. Okay, you dick bags. The money for Miss Fluffy Muffy, which you guys gave me, which I appreciate deep in my heart, is going to her vet care. And her vet care is not over, by the way. After these tests, there will be treatments that will cost some money. So, fuck off, okay? I have my own money. I spent it that I would go out with, and it was not the money that you gave me. That is completely separate for her vet care. So thank you very much for that. It's like there's people are so desperate to try to claim, oh, you're just stealing money from people and you're lying to them. No, I'm fucking not about it. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it. And Jen, thank you for the prayer, which it was the most blessed day I have had in the last 10 years, probably. And I get back and I see all this shit on my chat and on Twitter about, oh, you're begging for money for your cat and you spent it on gambling. No, I didn't. I spent my own money on gambling. Okay. And I won. So stick that in your pipe and smoke it. So let's get to what we're all here for. And by the way, I just did a TNT Tony thing and talked about myself for 20 minutes, but it pisses me off. It's like, pisses me off. Just, it does. But thank you for everything. And I'll keep you guys completely up to date on this. All right, news update. Why are we not rich? I don't know. It should have happened this weekend. By all that is holy, I was told it will happen this weekend, on Sunday, on Easter. It's scheduled. Now, God and Jesus gave us a marvelous blessing. They killed the Pope on Easter. So, yes. And Jen's going to elucidate that a little bit more in a minute. Yeah, 7 hours after he shook J.D. Vance's hand, the Pope was dead. Remember when Donald Trump wouldn't shake the hand of Nancy Pelosi at the 2020 State of the Union? Interesting. Remember that? Why?
Yeah, he was already dead. But
He was already dead. Okay. Here's what I do have. I do have a private person who's involved with private gold transactions, gold that was brought out of the wilderness and on ledger that will be used to fund the RV, or that is being used to fund our RV, who finally received a contract this weekend. Now, there are a few niggles with it, and the buyer has to still sign off on it. But the fact that he received a contract means that this is real and that the gold backing of the currency reset is in place. It is now in place. It is ready to go. Why it did not go overnight, I don't know. The latest I have heard from the news sources at this time is, oh, well, they're waiting for all the markets to open and everything to equalize. Well, the market crashed by like 1,000 points this morning or something. I don't know what it's at now. Markets are not something you can depend on, right? And prices will fluctuate. So I was told that. I don't believe that it's dependent on the markets. We'll see what Jen has to say, but I don't believe that this RV happening is dependent on where the markets are at a given moment. When it hits an exact number, oh, then we're going to go. If that's the case, it should have gone a long time ago. They've had multiple political opportunities to pull this RV off in some way, shape, or form, either privately or publicly. They've had terrific coverage. Then I hear, oh, well, Trump really wants to finish the negotiations with Iran. Well, then Iran will just break their word like they always do. So that's not going to be a milestone. So we're waiting on we don't know what. There are other people, I believe Jen last week told you it's going to be a couple of days after Easter. So we're still in that time frame. So just to summarize it, what I have is it's supposed to still happen today. The The markets are open, so it can be any moment, anytime. That's all I've got, and I no longer really take these people seriously because according to the people I've been speaking to, it should have happened already again. So on the news side, Jen, there's not much of anything, except that we don't know why we're not rich today. So Jen is the big balls of, like Doge has big balls, we have Jen. Jen is our BB here on this show. So how do you like that introduction, Jen?
Well, okay.
I don't, there, like on the ground, Jen, there's like nothing left to do. There's just literally nothing left to do. So why isn't it happening? So let's move over to the Jentel and see what Jennifer has for us on this marvelous Monday morning.
Okay. Good morning. This is interdimensional. This is Jentel for 4/21/25 interdimensional meditation. I met with Jesus and the team on the 6th level of heaven in a field in front of my tree. RV News. The whole team was giving me information as I stood holding Jesus' hand, facing them. Rates are scheduled to be visible on the Forex Tuesday night, my time. I am on Pacific time, USA.
Hey, Jen, I'm really tired of this vagueness, like Jen's so vague all the time. When's it going to, I'm joking, Jen.
Shut up.
Try to be a little more specific, Jen.
You know what? All right.
I did not mean to put that up on the screen.
Okay. All right. Rates are scheduled to be visible on the Forex Tuesday night, my time. The announcement of the Pope, the death of the Pope. Oh, here we go. The announcement of the Pope was symbolic of the death of the old guard. And a long time ago, before we got so involved with the RV, I was telling you about the old guard. Okay? The powers that be. A long time ago, I told you that there were 4 pillars that needed to fall. One of the pillars that needed to fall was Rome. That position had more power than people know. As long as he was alive publicly, that character, the evil behind that position had keys to the treasure, is how it was worded. They had keys to the treasure. This is important as far as the RV goes, the financial, in the world, everything, the entire operation. This is important. Coming in the news. Release of funds. Second bullet point, wealth, a transfer of wealth. Third, high-profile people will exit. We're going to hear more about that. Stocks are going to crash. Then we will have announcements, USA and geopolitical. And before I started, I believe that Iran, I asked how many pillars do we have left? One of them was the United States, the power in the United States. That was taken care of when Trump got into office. I don't know what all the pillars are. I know Rome was one. Iran is the last pillar. We're already handling that situation. I think that is handled behind the scenes. We just need announcements on that. I heard before, when we just got on the air, ding dong, the witch is dead. So this is deep cabal. This is deep truther down the rabbit hole stuff with this announcement here. But it has a lot to do with the funding of the RV. And that's Jentel for today.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just busy blocking people on chat. Yeah. Ooh, wow. Yeah. 30 minutes of hawking stuff. Well, you know what? I mean, we have to live. So I don't have any problem with that. Okay. Ding Dong the Witch is dead. That's probably Hillary Clinton, I would guess. I'm just thinking that's Hillary. No, not Hillary.
We're talking about the top witch. Hillary was a useful player.
But it's not Hillary. Okay.
I think it's the Pope.
Okay. Well, they're calling him the witch.
Has anybody seen that our Pope does not wear the crucifix?
Yeah.
I mean, have we all the Catholics, have we just glazed over that?
Anybody?
I mean, I went into that a long time ago. I mean, take a look. Zoom in on the picture. He's got dead Jesus with his arms crossed and all these sheep behind, and he calls himself the shepherd.
Yeah.
What?
Jesus
is a shepherd. He puts himself above that. They're not letting me look too deeply into this because, I could, when I do that, that's a whole different spiritual level. I don't want anybody coming back here and seeing me. So there are some deep rabbit holers in here. They know what I'm talking about.
Okay. So Tuesday is the current schedule for us getting notifications. Sounds good to me.
As of now?
Sounds good to me as of now. Do you get a sense that it's dependent on anything happening, or is it just it's like gears clicking into place and then it'll just happen?
That I don't know. I do know that as far as these back screens of this Forex, the rates showed up on there. I told you they were going to move. They've been moving. We've got bricks coming into the scenario. We've got everything lining up for it to go, and it's going to go big. Okay. The announcement of the Pope was important somehow. I do think that has something to do with antiquities or some people who still had some kind of power behind that position to hold back some kind of treasure. Okay, so I don't know how else to explain that other than what I've got. I think
so. Again, basically what Jen's telling you is what I told you, which is that everything's ready and we're not quite sure why it hasn't happened, but it apparently is going to happen. Jen, is Iran involved in this in any way?
I think they're one of the pillars.
We
have to look back, way back in history. I keep hearing it's biblical. We need to think about things like that. Where power was back in history. Some of those things, as modern as society has become, remained in place. And so, I don't know. That's what I'm getting right now.
Okay. Well, I mean, guys, it's right here. And when Tony comes on later today, he's probably going to tell you it's right here. And we're just waiting. He'll probably have a time frame. He likes to give you an hour or a day, but we'll see. That's all we can do at this point.
We're down to the wire unless something major happens.
Right.
I don't see how they can stop it. I don't see how. I feel like whatever codes or whatever work needed to be done behind the scenes to make sure they held back for the Easter holiday. I do think that has something to do with banks being open and all of that. We are on I think Easter's observed here. Easter Monday. So,
yeah. Well, there's an Eastern Orthodox Christian Easter is different also. So.
Yeah. So,
here we sit. All right.
I don't know what they could possibly do to stop this now.
Yeah, I can't think of anything either, and it's just like we're just. I mean, even the insiders who are in a position to know don't know why it's not happening right now. But I do know that the bond deal, gold contract, that if that's really happening, and I know for a fact it is, then money is in position. The gold is in position to back our part of this. And our responsibility is not to hoard what we get, it's to circulate what we get.
All right, and we will, but there's some kind of trust. There's some kind of trust
Yeah, what
that
about
that was unlocked with this.
there? Well, there is this thing. Oh, well, shit, it's the Saint Germain Trust. What? Duh. There's been rumors forever. There's a story started floating around that there's $158 trillion trust or something that's hundreds of years old that Trump is opening this week or was gonna open this week. That's the Saint Germain Trust. Duh. And it's only supposed to be openable on Christmas or Easter are the only times you can open it. And so that rumor started pumping around that Trump is going to pay off the national debt and everything out of that trust, and we're going to go forward. So that rumor was floating around, but it wasn't like Trump specifically said anything specific.
This is connected to antiquities. This is connected to items,
like
not numbers on a screen. This is connected to actual like gold cups and
Arks of the Covenant and Jesus's.
I just saw a golden cup.
Holy Grail. The Holy Grail.
Holy shit, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
God, I love stuff like that.
Well, remember when I asked you about the Bush funeral in 2018? And I said, what was on those little sheets? And you said it was a picture of an artifact, is what everybody got. And I thought, okay, it's yes. And it's either one of two things. It's either the Ark of the Covenant or it's the Holy Grail that Trump was in possession of. Now, at Mar-a-Lago, there happens to be a full-size replica of the Ark of the Covenant.
That is not something. That's kind of strange.
It's not a replica. I'm saying, what if that's not a replica? What if that's really the Ark of the Covenant? And what that means, Jen, is that he who holds the Ark, as they said, an army that carries the Ark before it is invincible. As they said. I mean,
this is ancient history stuff. This is something. I'm not trying to be out there. I mean, this is why the announcement of the death of the Pope was important. It was the position. Didn't matter if he'd been dead all this time. It's why they didn't announce things. That's why they don't announce the deaths until they're ready. Mm-hmm. Something happened. Because I feel like it's almost like I see these huge, like it's 40-foot tall golden doors opening up.
Great. I think
so that's positive. I mean,
you know what? I mean, and now it makes sense that there's a delay, because if the Saint Germain Trust was released, Saint Germain, by the way, is supposed to be, I don't know, 1,400 years old or something, and he's like, he's an angelic entity in a human body, and he's lived all this time, and he's been storing this wealth forever to be released to humanity at the right time. And if that was what was actually released,
the keepers of the trust changed. Until I think that was channeled.
Maybe the Pope.
This is getting good.
Maybe
this is getting good.
Maybe the church was in charge of all that, and it.
Well, think about it. 1,400 years ago, who was in power then?
The Pope. And it was taken away from them, and that's what the symbolic meaning of the death is.
So it's like there was a duality to the control.
Right, because the Catholic Church got compromised.
Religion controlled. Way back then, religion controlled the world. There was a duality there. We had Middle East over there, and we had Rome. It's important what Trump's doing with Iran.
Or bringing the Zoroastrians into it. No.
I don't know. I'm getting all kinds of stuff this morning, but it's
Zarathustra. Yeah. Okay. All right.
it's exciting to say the least.
I think it's a good week. I think we're in line. I think this is a good week. All right, Jen, how long do we have you here today? Till 11:15 or so?
Yes.
About 30 minutes of questions. Remember, your questions for Jen must include your real name and the name of the person, pet, or entity you are asking about. That will help. We're going to start over on the Rumble side of things with the Rumble rants. We have a couple. Here's one from Nikki for $5. What do my angels want me to know so I can let go with love and trust? What message or insight will help me feel truly at peace?
Let go of love? Read that again.
This is Nikki. What do my angels want me to know so I can let go with love and trust? What message or insight will help me feel truly at peace?
You had a vision and a dream. You already have your answers. You have to accept them. It is what it is. If you do let go and trust, you will be provided for. Everything that you have lost will be returned to you.
That's a law of the universe. Snow White in Texas is now a monthly supporter. She got her little red castle. Yay, thank you. Mirtha with a $5 Rumble rant would like to know if these exchanges with dinars or dong or any of them will be taxed on any of it. The answer to that question that I've always been told is no, because it's a currency exchange, which is not a taxable event. That doesn't mean somebody's not going to try to tax it, but that's my understanding. And I do not give financial advice.
No, and by the time we get around to next year,
there won't be any.
We're not going to have capital gains taxes. We're not going to have all that.
Yeah. Carl Spivey Jr. gifted 2 subscriptions. Thank you, Carl Spivey Jr. You're a wonderful guy. $5 Rumble rant. Christy wants to know if her husband Doug will be going back to work or can we retire?
You're going to retire. Retirement is really essential for him. He needs it.
Pam with a $10 Rumble rant says, hi, will my daughter-in-law Signee, Cynee? Signee? So Pam wants to know if Signee will be diagnosed with breast cancer. The radiologist told her the reading showed a high probability. If so, will she have a positive outcome? So Pamela wants to know about Signee, if she's going to be healthy.
They don't diagnose her right now, but they want her to come back like every 6 months or keep up on it.
Okay.
They want to monitor it.
Good. That's actually good news. That means it's not serious. Denise with a $5 Rumble rant says, my question is, will Sister Sheila, born March 28th, 1953, who lives in Tecumseh, Ontario, will her heart oblation be successful? So Denise wants to know about her sister Sheila, wants to know if her heart oblation will be successful.
Yes, there's going to be a little bit more recovery with that than expected, but I do think it works. They're going to monitor her.
Laura with a $5 Rumble rant says, do you see me leaving my house and where do you see me moving to?
I see a rocky coastline.
Nice.
I see pine trees. It looks like Oregon or Northern California.
Yeah, Maine or Oregon. Yeah, nice. Janet, a $20 Rumble rant. Sorry, says, do I purchase the home at 3016 Southeast Dune Drive?
Yes.
Good for you. Debbie with a $5 Rumble rant says, do you see me at the Taylor Drive address or the Horton Road address? Out
Horton,
of state. Horton. Okay. Kaboom.
I see it written on paper.
Nice. Nice. Bethany, $5 Rumble rant. Thank you, Bethany. When do you see me getting into a med bed, and will I need my wheelchair afterward? The answer to the second part would be no. If
I see the wheelchair is in the garage. It's closed up and off to the side, and there's dust on it. So no, you won't need your wheelchair after that. July, third week of July 20 something.
Cool. Cindy with a $5 Rumble rant says, having chronic migraines, when do you see me getting into a med bed?
Migraines are hormonal and stress related. Balance of hormones in the body. Med bed. August.
Cindy, try these. I went on these SP6s from LifeWave because they're supposed to help you balance your hormones, and I've felt great ever since. No issues. So give it a try. It's like $70. Okay, $10 Rumble rant from Janelle. As of this moment, do you see me resigning from both jobs the 3rd and 4th week of May? And are they good departures?
I think you're totally out of that. I'm seeing June. I'm seeing the first week of June.
Holly, sorry, I just flashed a new story I saw recently about somebody quitting their job. Holly, $5 Rumble rant says, we're looking at a large piece of property, 20 plus acres in northern Idaho with a water view, preferably waterfront. Do you see us finding something like that? Holly would like to know.
You're looking for that or looking at that? What'd she say?
They're looking for a piece of property.
God, there's just not a lot on the market right now. It's frustrating. I don't think it's waterfront, but I am. Look around Athol, look around Farragut State Park on the outskirts of there. That's the road that I'm driving down right now in my mind.
Frederica, $5 Rumble rant, wants to know when she gets into a med bed.
June, July.
Sarah with a $1 Rumble rant says, we have a substantial investment in a restaurant in Puerto Vallarta from 3 years ago. Will we receive our money back and profit, or are we screwed? Good question.
I do see something coming in from that, but I think it's going to be 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lisa J, $5 Rumble rant says, do you see a date for my move to Florida? Lisa, when does she move to Florida?
$8/18.
8/18. There you go. And let me just tell you, when Jen gives you a date, like when you're moving, she nails it because she got the exact date.
Well, not all the time.
Moving.
Depends. If it depends on this thing going, that's why.
Yeah,
things have been off.
But remember when you in 2023 told me the date that I would be moving somewhere warm and sunny, and I said I have no idea where that is. This was in January and August. On the exact date, I arrived here at my new home. So pretty impressive shiz there, Jen. Okay, Tina, $5 Rumble rant. Could you tell me when my husband Alan will get into a med bed? And how far might they have to travel?
Alan gets into a med bed in the June 20 something. Travel. It's a long drive.
Kathy, $5 Rumble Rat. Jen, will my daughter Megan and her husband Fred get approved for the loan to buy the business they want?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I
Kim.
need to improve something to get that.
Okay. Kim, $5 Rumble Rant. Jen, will my ex-husband pay me the money he owes me? Kim Marie.
In parts over time.
At least you get something. Cindy Gable, $5 Rumble Rant. When do you see my husband Mick Gable getting into a med bed? He is 76.
That's also late June.
Late June. Yeah, so it sounds like a lot of you guys are going to be in the first round of stuff. Okay. Spirit Guide talking. Yeah, I was talking about Henry the Donkey. Mike Mick posts videos of Henry on my chat in my.
Who's Henry the Donkey?
He is a sweet. Donkeys are very sweet animals.
I know. And, oh my goodness, the videos I see about donkeys, I'm like,
I know. I think
donkey. They're so loud. Though. I mean, I remember riding my horse through this when I was a kid. There was this place that was like a mountain with all these trails that we'd go to, and right next to that there was this donkey. And every time we're like, okay, don't let the donkey know we're here, because every time it would just start calling to us, and the horses would freak out, scare the crap out of them, take off every time.
Yeah. Henry got all torn up on his snout. He was in a fight. They found him in the morning. He had been in a horrible fight with some animals that were trying to get after his friends, the cows, and he fought them off. So
that was raccoons.
He's recovering. Was it raccoons?
Yeah.
Wow.
3 of them. They're vicious, man.
Yeah. Sonny says, "Can you tell me when I'll find a job?"
Second week of May. I mean,
Uncle
if you're
Ron
not here, you may not need it, but
yeah, second week of May. Uncle Ron is here. Happy Monday. Hey, it looks like it's going to be a happier Tuesday and Wednesday, Ron. That's all we're caring for. I guarantee you, Tony's going to tell you the same thing today. I would bet a piece of anatomy on the left side.
Well, truth is truth, until it changes.
Klaus Schwab also resigned the day the death was announced. At least that's the MSN news.
Interesting. We got high-profile people exit.
Mm-hmm. Where did I hear that? Just moments ago, Jen. I don't remember. I must have heard it. A Jentel, maybe?
Yeah.
Barb wants to know when the team sees her getting into a med bed.
Barb Scholl. July.
Sunflower Callie. I would love to know the name of my guardian angel. I would love to know your first name.
Yeah, can you re-ask and give me your first name? First and last is better, if you don't mind.
Jilly Good says, "Happy Monday, Mike and Jen. This is Jill. My daughter Ruby's leaving tomorrow for spring break with her friends. Do you see your trip going smoothly?"
Yeah, my mommy senses went off on that one. Ruby, she's pretty responsible. Even if somebody tried to get her in a bad situation, yeah, she's pretty grounded. Yeah, she'll be fine. She's gonna come home exhausted though. God, spring break, man. We used to go to the river.
I went out to
San Diego.
Right. I went out to Gary's thing on Wednesday night, had a little too much to drink. And then there was a second Gary get together for the public the next night. And AJ and the Wi-Files crowd, AJ, Victoria, Jen, were all there. Hybrid, they all came. And I brought Dave. So it's 2 nights in a row. I was drinking beer and having a great time. And man, it took me till Sunday to recover. At my age, it's just like, man, was I tired.
We need to get rid of some waste of space.
I've been getting rid of
Jesus Warrior 12.
Oh yeah, this is probably that.
Doubt it.
Probably that fag.
No, they're saying mean things to people in chat.
No, I know. It was under a different name. I deleted him. It's that queerbait Scuffla again, the same Scuffla guy.
God, evil God.
Um,
Who would even say things like that? That's terrible.
well, it's like they had nothing better to do with their life because they're unemployed. So since you're
Stay above it, people.
Yeah, get with it. Wow. Okay. Let's get back to questions. Carla wants to know, would 155 Joshua Town Road be my new home after the RV?
Sorry, I'd blast somebody. What? Okay.
Carla wants to know if 155 Joshua Town Road will be her new home after the RV.
That's not the address I'm seeing on your paperwork.
Okay. So something better. Something
It
better.
starts with a C. Yeah. It's not Joshua Town.
Beth says that they adopted a beautiful Bengal cat, Jax, 2 weeks ago. He's having trouble with my dog staring and barking too much at him. Will he be able to adjust soon and fit in?
Yeah.
2 weeks is just about
About a month's time from the date you got him. It's gonna a couple more weeks.
Yeah.
Everybody calm down.
It takes weeks for everybody to get used to each other. This is Elizabeth. I'm going on vacation next week. Lots of driving. Will it be fun? And will it be a fun and safe trip?
Yeah, it'll be good. I can't wait I want to go on a road trip. I might just take off by myself, go to the Oregon coast. Screw people. Let's go by myself.
James Slattery says, Mike, please do a Jentel on Fridays. Too long to wait for updates. Well, I don't do Jentel. Jen does that. So it's up to Jen to Jentel on Fridays. I do, however, occasionally do news updates, and I'm trying to do them more on Fridays. But frankly, I'm kind of feeling like there aren't too many Fridays.
I'm off
left.
on Fridays. I have to have a day to go
and by the way, I just put it in the chat.
Catch up and do my chores and things.
I just put it in the chat at the very bottom. I did an update with Michael Jaco on Friday. We talked about LifeWave patches, but I also did a news update on Friday. So I do that occasionally on Friday. Jen, will my husband Doug be going back to work? We already answered that. Jen, how much money will the richest person in the world have after the RV?
Quadrillions.
Yeah, more than trillions. Yep. And one of them who's in that category is in Zurich right now, waiting to get his funds released. We already did that one. I think that was a Rumble Rant.
What's with all the haters lately? I think it's you going on the news and stuff. You're drawing a lot of attention.
Yeah, get jealous, bitches. By the way, Jen, you know who had the highest rated segment on Fox News primetime last week?
Who was that?
This guy.
That is so awesome. I'm proud of you.
Totally awesome. Totally awesome. People are into UFOs, so hopefully I'll be back on Laura as long as I'm.
Get out there and nail it. Do it.
I do nail it every time I go on.
I know you're doing good. You're doing good.
I can figure out a way to angle in Jennifer Falah into one of those segments.
Oh yeah, that's
my top priority. Hi, Mike and Jen. My son Blake and my grandson Lathan haven't had a girlfriend in a while. Can you see girlfriend? Are you Blake Wally's mom? That's what I want to know. Blake hasn't had a girlfriend in a while.
Okay, that's not okay. That's funny though.
I hope you're not watching, Blake. I'm just teasing you, buddy. Blake actually has opportunities for girlfriends.
Of course, of course he would. He just has to be. He has to be more assertive.
He's
more confident.
He has opportunities.
Okay, Deborah Dyer, sons.
Blake and grandson Lathan haven't had a girlfriend in a while.
Blake's been focused on family work. He's focused.
Focus on
He's
yourself.
had it with people. Okay.
Focus on yourself, man.
Lathan.
That's the grandson.
Inner world. So I want to say we've got video games going on. We've got like just being too guarded. Withdraw. So what do we got coming here? Blake and the grandson. Blake's probably going to be another year. Grandson, fall. Oh no, that is a big crush. That's a big crush.
Don't get it.
I think that might be the first love or something. I don't know. That's a big crush in the fall for him.
Ugh. Those youthful big crushes really hurt.
Oh my God. And you listen to all the songs and
God, yeah. And then you repeat the song 50. Jen. Hi, Jen. Scott says, do you see us purchasing either of these properties? Poplar Springs Road, Westminster, South Carolina, or Woodville Road in Pelzer, South Carolina?
Not getting a hit on either one of those. Keep looking.
Okay, keep looking. Hope for the best with the cat. I've been there with multiple tests. Yeah. I dropped her off today. There she is. And send her some lovey loves. She's probably a little scared right now because Dad's not around and they're poking her and stuff. But
I think they have her they gave her medication to keep her calm.
Oh, good. She's pretty calm anyway, this Fluffy Muffy. She doesn't let too much get to her. Maria says, my brother Miguel is going through a divorce. What outcome do you see? Will the judge go with Miguel's offer or Laura's offer or something else?
Miguel kind of gets screwed.
Yeah, that's the way it always happens.
Kind of gets screwed.
Remember, ladies, men are not afraid of marriage. They're afraid of divorce. Hi, Jen and Mike. Been looking forward to this one. Jen. Okay. But feel harshly like it's supposed to do work. Okay. Wow. I don't understand this, and I don't have a name now. R3X. Do you know who that is? Rex? Rex. I feel like I'm supposed to work online. Do you have any thoughts on Rex's future? It's a hard one to discern.
Well, that guidance that you're getting is to you need a break. Okay, so you're being directed to find work online that's going to enable you to be at home.
Yeah. We know you're good, Mike, and we love Miss Fluffy Muffy very much. I love her too. By the way, last night I'm sitting here in the living room. We got back from taking Barkley for a walk. I smell gas. It smells like gas. No, it can't be. Just imagining it. It smells like gas. Well, the furnace is right over there. Maybe there's gas coming. No. So after a few minutes, I'm like, this kind of smells like gas. And I walk into the kitchen, and either me or Dave had somehow bumped a dial on the stove, and it was open. And there was gas coming out of it. So that was fun. Opened up all the doors and windows.
It only takes a minute for that to clear. That happened to me. We had a 111-year-old house. We had the really big, long windows on every wall, and the kids were babies. And I just remember, and it kind of scares me a little bit because I know then that now that my husband knew he had cancer, but didn't tell us. And I don't know if he just, I hope he didn't, but I don't know if he tried to kill us all together. But like, I smelt something. I just woke up because I'd laid down to put the kids down.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it's almost like the whole earthquake thing before something happens. I get up and I'm walking around and I went, what the hell? And I went into the kitchen and I heard this shh. And I reached down and I just woke up and I was going to click. And I heard, no. I went, it's gas. So I opened up all the windows. I got the kids out of there. I found the husband. And in the big, thick, black gas pipe behind the stove, there were 2 puncture marks. And I was like, I didn't really get it till like now, but I was thinking, whoa.
Well, it occurs to me that I now need to find out where the shut-off valve is in the house. house.
Yeah, so
really
you just have to get air movement in there and get it out. But wow, if I would have clicked that, that whole place would have gone up.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Back over to the Rumble side of the house. $400 Rumble rant. Oh my God.
Who's that?
Stephanie.
Really?
Wow. Thank you.
Wow,
That's
Steph.
overwhelming.
Thank you.
My son Andrew is trying to get an offer to run track in college. Do you see this working out for him? If so, will he stay in Kentucky? So he's looking for a scholarship, athletic scholarship.
He actually gets two. There's two options. I do think he wants to stay. He wants to be close to friends and family. Yeah.
Okay.
He's being noticed. There's going to be two offers.
That's great. $10 Rumble rant for Janelle. Do you see more nieces, nephews, and grandchildren in my future? Janelle.
4.
Wow. Okay. A lot of action happening there. Cindy Gable again, $5 Rumble rant again. Cindy Gable, when do you see my daughter Brandy Mateer getting into bed?
Late August.
Andrea, $20 Rumble rant. Thank you very much. Hi, Mike and Jen. I'm feeling some way after spending time with my family over the weekend. Do the angels have a message for Andrea?
She's feeling what?
She says some way. She's feeling bummed, I guess. I don't know. She
Cleanse your energy. You absorbed quite a bit of negative energy. Do that exercise I told you about where you bring the light down to the top of your head. God send me your light. Blast it out 360. You're just an empath in your sponge. Clean your sponge.
Yeah. Princess Sin, $5 a month subscriber now. Thank you. You got your little red castle, Princess Sin. Lisa J, another $5 Rumble rant, says the Bible verse, the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous. This Proverbs 13:22. This could also code to April 22nd. Things are always in our face, so I wanted to ask what you see. Well, yeah, I mean, the wealth of the wicked is stored for the righteous. That's pretty much describes what we're going through. The righteous, as I don't would say.
Know what I could add to that. That's true.
Yeah. So that's kind of what we're doing is we're taking.
I don't know about the date connection. I'm back to when that was written.
It's Proverbs 13:22. Let's look it up at some point. Jennifer Brusco, $10 Rumble rant. Thank you, Jennifer. Any news on when the Doge checks will be out to the people and how much?
Month from now. I just saw $6,000.
Wow, great. Think of all the people who are depending on Social Security that are getting $1,800. They're going to start getting $6,000. Wow, good for them.
I don't know if it's a one-time payment. I don't know if that's for a couple.
I've heard monthly for a long time, for like a year. Really? Flower Points 2020 says, I started the LifeWave patches about 2 weeks ago. My sinus headaches are a lot less now. Thank you for letting us know about them. Okay, which patches? Probably the X39. Amber, $5 Rumble rant, says, my boys and I are going to Maryland at the end of May. Will our trip be safe and uneventful? It's 11:11.
Flight lands.
Okay. Jan, $5 Rumble rant. Thank you, Jan.
You get home safely.
Oh, I'm sorry. She gets home safely. Okay.
It's kind of like scrolling through a podcast really fast is what I see. Is it's just fast moving pictures, and I do see you getting home safely.
Jan with a $5 Rumble Rat says, do you see me retiring before September of 2025?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Janet, $20 Rumble Rant says, asking for my daughter Genevieve, does she get the number 7 ranch or the 3160 Northeast 233 trail? She
Ranch.
get the numbers. The ranch. Okay. Carolyn, $10 Rumble Rant. Do you see the initials of the person I'm supposed to be with? I'm just wondering if it's a new guy or an old flame. Thanks for your time.
I don't do the initials or the names.
New guy or an old flame? Anything on that?
You're going to have to choose. You're going to have both options. I hate that.
Well,
it's like, God, just send me just send us a one so that we don't have to do that.
Yeah.
God, you're really going to be drawn to that old flame. I don't know if that's a twin flame connection there or what.
Yeah, I'm one of those. I'm one of those where it's like, if there's unresolved stuff, I want to resolve it and play it out before I move on to
I don't know. You might have to find out.
Who, me?
What's the old flame? No, I'm still on her situation.
Her. Yeah. Yeah.
This draw to this old flame's just really
Faffo.
Strong.
Faffo, baby.
Sometimes you gotta find out.
Joni says, Joni, $5 Rumble Rant says, it appears I have to file bankruptcy or lose my house. Will all be saved in time? Joni would like to know.
I really don't see either one of those things happening, the bankruptcy or the house. So I'd assume yes. I gotta go.
Okay. Sorry about that for the rest of you folks who didn't get your questions today. Jen is so in demand that we just don't have time to get to everything. So that's going to wrap it up. The news is the Jentel is looking for it tomorrow night or tomorrow night into Wednesday. Is that right, Jen? Did I get that right? Or
that's what I got.
Okay. Tomorrow night into Wednesday is when we're looking for it. The news is it should have happened already. It's ready to happen right now. Let's hope either or both are correct. Doesn't really matter at this point. Thank you for everything on Miss Fluffy Muffy. Get over to Mike Barrett Chat if you would like to a Mike Barrett Chat on Telegram. If you'd like updates on Miss Fluffy Muffy, or follow my Instagram, I'll probably update that as well at Mike Barrett 333. Don't forget to get over to lifewave.com/Mike Barrett. Pick up the patches, X39, X49. Those are good stuff. And you can find Jen at jenniferfallah.com. You can also find her at Fallawsophy on Telegram, and Jennifer Fallah on Telegram, Fallawsophy on Telegram, and Fallawsophy Chat on Telegram. And Jen, there's going to be some specials coming up for jenniferfallah.com and some giveaways coming up, right?
Well, I'm not running any specials right now. It's probably because I'm just trying to keep up with the demand. And everything gets crazy when I do that. But we are having a giveaway. You want to go to Fallawsophy on Telegram. There's a post up right now. You can put your name on it to win a Jentel shirt or an I Exist in the Name of God shirt. Merchandise. We'll be giving them away on this show on Wednesday.
Okay. One last Rumble Rat, if you don't mind. $2. Linda wants to know when her daughter Angel and son Terry might be mending their relationship.
6 weeks. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
It's going to be rocky back and forth till then. 6 weeks.
Okay. Thank you guys for all the support. I'll let you know. Keep you up to date on Miss Fluffy Muffy. And thank you guys for being here. Love you and appreciate each and every one of you. I will be back tonight or this afternoon at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific for the forecast with Mel Carmine, Laura Eisenhower, and Elisa. And we're going to talk about currencies and different things and the news and the dead Pope and all that stuff. So see you in a couple of hours. I'll keep you up to date on Miss Fluffy Muffy. Jen and I will be back on Wednesday for Tell the Truth Wednesday. Jen, you got your shows planned for tomorrow or Sunday or Friday or anything like that?
I've always got something up my sleeve. I don't know if I have to look at my schedule and see if I can work that in tomorrow.
Okay.
Probably will in the morning.
We will see. If not, hopefully we're back with big fat smiles on our face on Wednesday. We shall see. Hang in there. I know it's tough. Live as though there's no chance this is ever going to happen. But in your heart, know that it's happening.
Live as though it's already known that it's going to happen.
All right. Don't do that. Argue.
Yes, do that. Create it.
Jen. Just you have to go through life and pay your bills and do your normal things. Let's wait.
Well, yes, we must function in the reality that we live in.
Yes, that's all I was saying.
But see it.
That's all I was saying. All right. Love you guys.